The S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, that's what we're discussing here on the day. Day traders, swing traders, you got to be pumped. You got to be excited. We have the FOMC. We had Powell talking on the day. And that's what kind of what we're going to discuss first. But first, let's look at the charts and where we're at. Now, ultimately, you see NQ continuing breaking up. Strong buying continuing to play out here. Sellers try to step in here at lows. Obviously, just continuing on the uptrend. This is the weekly chart. You get to something like the daily, and I think it's almost even more convincing here, as you can see, right? We get a better look here. Strong buying across the board. And the past 2 days have been very big. CPI, PPI continue to point that inflation is coming down. Okay. So that's the big news. Now, the biggest thing here is DIA, the Dow. The Dow just made what? It just made all-time highs today. Yes, you heard me right. The Dow Jones DIA all-time highs. We talked about this a week ago, about the sector rotation that was taking place. I'm just saying, Dow's the first one there, which was arguably the weakest at some point in this year, with Exxon left the banking crisis, energy now in the gutter, and now you have healthcare leading it. So we have a lot to discuss here, a lot to unpack, because I believe this is going to roll over into SPY and the Qs. Right? That's ultimately what's going to make us all of our money. Now, before we go into that, I ask you to do two things. Consider liking and subscribing. It helps out the channel tremendously, and I appreciate all the support. Monday through Friday, I have videos for you, so you are prepared no matter what. I tell you what stocks I'm liking, and I tell you whether I'm right, wrong. I'm going to give you my honest opinion, right? If I'm wrong, you can roast me. If I'm right, you still get to roast me, I think. So that's my viewpoint. That's what we're looking at here today. Now, also, too, when we're going over this chart, we're going over everything. If you see these levels mentioned here, you can see our custom indicator down here on buying versus selling. We have the new VPVR one coming out pretty soon as well. These are chart prime indicators. They're a sponsor of the channel. We use them in the videos as well. People ask about them. Anyways, the link for that is down below, so make sure you check them out. But yeah, let's dive into this first. Now, we're going to go into the charts, but let's talk about what Powell said. You can go look at the Fed statement. There was nothing really new there worth mentioning. Said the same thing. That was a good note. But the biggest things from this meeting, let's take into account a few things. He said a lot of the same things over and over and over. Okay, he said a lot of the same, no new statements. But the biggest one was this. The Federal Reserve left interest rates unchanged on Wednesday, and the U.S. Central Bank Chief Jerome Powell said that historic tightening of monetary policy is likely over. And there is now a discussion of cuts. Very important to realize that. And I always choose Reuters over like other news because I think that they're just the most honest. For instance, Wall Street Journal sees cuts next year, I like Reuters. I think they're going to give it to you straight 9 out of 10 times. Personal opinion. Okay. So looking at this, currently the Fed, the dot plot, has 3 cuts for next year. Now, some people were like, well, Tyler, there were 6 next year. There's 150 basis points of cuts supposed to happen. I don't care. Now it's almost confirmed that the pause is inevitable. No more rate hikes coming unless something crazy happens. And that going into summer, we most likely see the idea of cuts coming. And the market loved it. Powell also confirmed everything that we've been saying. Inflation's going down. Jobs are holding strong. Everything that they want to happen is now happening. At first, they wanted unemployment to rise. But now, this, again, soft landing, again, Powell hammering this home, Janet Yellen hammering this home. Guess what? They like it. So those are things we have to be looking at right now. Okay, that's Powell. That was a bullish. Okay, don't know. There's nothing really else to say there. Now, Dow, you're probably going to keep running very strong, very bullish. Okay, so I don't want to go too much into that today. You're already at highs. SPY, you're dangerously close here. You're breaking out. You look fantastic. Strong. I say a strong reaction from buyers, but you haven't even seen volume really kick in yet. And you don't have to have crazy volume to continue on. You don't have to. But this makes you interested. Okay, because we've talked a lot about the low interest, in my opinion, of what's happening from shorts. People can say big money is trying to short all day long, but when you look at option chains across the board, they're not. Sorry, they're not. There's very few puts. You see a lot of underwriters trying to sell puts, and no one's just buying them. And it's all plotted out on the IV chart as well. So those are things you have to consider. And also too, I'm going to be giving more and more of an update on this, but I'm doing this more on TikTok, just to let you guys know. So this is Options AI, and I'll go more over this as well in the video today, because we're probably going to use their platform to look at some options. But again, the 3K count is now at 5,700. I've literally gone over every single trade. You can go back in here. I do all this like on TikTok as well, so you can see every single trade that we've been in. So it's all data, it's all tracked there. I haven't added any more money. So anyways, that's really cool. But again, this highlights the bullet point of swings, having time on your contract. And I'm doing this for a reason. So it gives you the realization of the only names I'm trading are names that are mentioned here on YouTube and in Discord, but they're all still mentioned here on YouTube or Twitter, right? Just more exact levels of what I'm looking for in Discord, right? Again, this is what I was saying. This is why I was screaming, time on your contracts, right? So again, playing out pretty awesome. So what are we looking at here? Continuation, most likely. Now, what I'm really eyeing is XLK. XLK is already just clearly making all-time highs, breaking out cup and handle, just craziness, wild. Apple pushing all-time highs again. You're basically at all-time, you're almost at all-time highs right now. You're sitting right there trying to break out here. Very bullish. Microsoft, you haven't even really started yet. You're sitting above 373. It's probably going to start very soon. Again, these are all names I'm watching. These big XLK names showing signs of continuation. And then you go into something like IWM. IWM, and again, people that are bearish, I'm just telling you, every sign that we've been looking for continues to point to risk on. Just saying. IWM is the most bullish index that's out there. Okay? The Russell. You had pullbacks on Qs and on SPY, but IWM made an ascending triangle, broke out, and had the best on the day. Just saying. And IWM has a lot of room still to run. So again, you get my viewpoint. Bullish across the board. That's my opinion. Now, I don't want to go too long today. I've been liking these shorter videos. So let's go over DXY, yields, and then we'll cover equities. DXY as well. You're looking to break below local lows here. You hopefully can get back below these November lows right there. You start pushing back down. You go to the daily chart. You look here. Again, one of the most bearish looking charts that there is. Everyone was pointing, bearish, or bullish. Oh yeah, bearish on the market, bullish on DXY. No, you're making lower highs and lower lows. Very, 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 very bearish indeed. So going into yields, again, those are getting destroyed as well. The level we mentioned from yesterday in the past few days, the 200 SMA, you're sitting there now in the 30-year and the 10-year, and you're getting below those levels. I anticipate this could start dropping even faster. A few things you're looking for. Yields dropping. Again, I've been saying this for days, if not weeks. Yields dropping is one of the most bullish things we could be looking at across the board. And yields are dropping fast. Very fast. This is the weekly chart on yields. They're getting decimated. You had that crazy run up, and then mid-October, you stopped. Reality set back in. These got destroyed. TLT, I was wrong on the bottom. People were asking about buying. I was like, I think equities are a better buy. And I still think equities made you more money just looking at the plays. But TLT is roaring back. TLT over the 200 SMA. You have not been above the 200 SMA since 2022. The first week of 2022 and January 3rd. So if you get above the 200 SMA, you're going to see, in my opinion, a flood of buyers stepping into TLT, pushing back up to like 108. And again, very bullish for the economy at that point. Personal opinion. US oil continues to look bearish. These are all things that we've been looking at. Okay, so equities. What are our favorite names? What are we looking at? Now, number one, my favorite ones from yesterday that I mentioned Netflix. Number one, and you are bullish to say the least. You had every opportunity in the world. The little level we were watching was down here. You can go check yesterday's. I tweaked this because I was on live earlier, but it was like this level right here from like 454 down to like 450, where you're looking for buyers. They stepped in, they held, right? You made a higher low here as well in the previous yesterday, held 460. That gap level made higher lows as well, pushing back up 481 so far. You go to the weekly level, and dear baby Jesus, I'm talking 6.2 ounce in the manger. We got the donkey over there. Joseph is out front. He's looking around, right? Mary just gave birth to this sweet little angel. Am I right? Well, that's actually funny. And look at this. target number one, numero uno, you're looking for roughly like 510, 512. But I'm going to be dead honest with you guys. This thing looks beautiful. Beautiful. End goal, if you get really volatile, you're targeting this clear-cut supply here on the weekly. And let me tell you, she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. But I'm telling you, you get back above 500 and you're back in that range from 2021, 2022, give or take, right? This little range right here where we traded for like a whole year, okay? I believe we're getting back in this range. I believe we start moving. I think there's a high possibility we start really breaking up here. Okay. Number 2, LRCX. Absolutely love the same. And I'm really big on giving you guys opportunities, right? So if a name I mentioned already starts going, then it's like I don't want to cover it too much for you guys. It doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to update it as much. But yeah, I don't know what to say. LRCX, love it. I think it's one of the best trading opportunities out there right now. Cup and handle at highs, very extremely bullish. You're trying to mount, previous highs as well. It's everything that I want. I don't know what else to say here. So absolutely love it. Very, very bullish chart. You're holding above previous all-time highs. Nothing else to really say there. Love it. Going to get the push most likely. Amazon, very bullish as well. Keep saying it. I think the only reason Amazon has not started running towards 155 is because of Tesla and XLY. XLY, if you don't know, has kind of just been like range bound a little bit in here. You're getting a nice push on the weekly, but you'll go to something like the 2 hour, just kind of flatlining, slowly chopping back to the upside. So yeah, I would like to see Amazon break out of this, get above 150, and I think you're cooking. Those contracts for June are still looking decent, looking awesome. Meta, you're trying to get the breakout here. Again, you had a great entry opportunity over the past few days. You're trying to break out here. Again, you're looking for 354, probably running higher there. NVIDIA, I know you're all going to ask about it. There's nothing really, the same key levels are on Twitter. Again, if you're not following on Twitter, I don't know what to tell you. Follow on Twitter. The levels are all there. You can go through all my charts, everything like that. They're all, the key levels are there. So check it out there. But I think NVIDIA is going to run. You're holding above 476. That was huge. You need to get above 484. You're cooking above 494. I think all-time highs come quickly. Okay. Last one I mentioned is Upstart, the one we keep mentioning. I told you guys, I don't know how else to say it. You get above 38.55, you are cooking. The dogs are barking, right? They're going absolutely nuts, right? That was my Georgia Bulldog impersonation there. You broke this level today. You started running absolutely rapidly. And this name is tough. My contracts there, I think, are up over like 130% already. And you're totally illiquid minimum into like 50, 51. But honestly, you probably run higher than that. Again, absolutely love that. Affirm too. Jay got this one in the 30K count as well. Absolutely printing to the upside. This is exactly what you want to see. Across the board, that's all I'm looking at. That's my opinion on the market. These are my favorite names. Target as well. I mentioned this one yesterday. Hey, I don't know what to say. I really don't. Honestly, sometimes I have no idea what you guys want me to say. I posted this. Again, it was on Twitter, so everyone had it. Like, you 100% had the opportunity. Let me go really quick because I just retweeted it. December 12th, I posted it right there. I posted the key level, the break and retest. This is really going to get an insane liquidity gap. You have a massive liquidity gap into 149. Been posting this in Discord as well. You mount to that level, 135.4, the same level mentioned from the tweet. You're at 138 right now, and Costco has earnings tomorrow. You're welcome. I don't know what else to say. Congratulations. I hope everyone did well. Look, hey, the belt's coming out pretty soon, boys and girls. The belt is coming out very soon. Have a good one. Good luck trading. Wish you all the best. Discord spots will be opening pretty soon in Discord. So for Discord on the website. So make sure you're waiting for that. Have a good one, traders.